Welcome. In this video, I'll show you why we should learn Python programming language. First, Python is easy to program and easy to read. It is just like English language. Then Python is open source. Python can play easily with other programming languages like Java, PHP, and so on. If you need to do anything in any project with Java or PHP with Python, it is easy. Python is a cross-platform. You can run Python interpreter in your phone, Android and iOS. You can write code for Android, iOS, Linux, Windows, Mac, and so on. Python is fast. You can use Python for all fields of your life, like web development, desktop security, network programming, data mining. Any field, you can use Python for it. Python have a lot of frameworks. Like if you want to develop a desktop applications in Python, you can use PyQt, PySide, PyGTK, WX Python, and so on. If you want to develop websites in Python, you can use Django, Web2Py, Flask, TurboGear, and so on. This framework is enable you with many features. You can use any one of them. In the next video, I'll show how we can install Python on our Windows machine in details. Welcome. In this video, I'll talk about Python editors in details. Let's start. There is a lot of editors which you can use to write your Python code. First, there is a Python idle. It is just an interpreter for your code. It has no features like autocomplete or anything else. There is a PyCharm. It is the most advanced idle for Python. I used it in all my code. We will use it in our course. There is an Eclipse. You can install PyDev extension for your Eclipse to develop Python code on Eclipse. There is Aptana. You can install PyDev extension for Aptana, so you can run your Python code in Aptana. It's amazing using Aptana to develop a Python code. Visual Studio. You can install PTVS and Visual Studio, which enable you to write a Python code on your Visual Studio. And there is a lot of other editors like Ninja Idle, Eric, and many editors else. In this course, I'll use Idle in the first two sections of our course, then I'll use PyCharm for the rest of our course. I use Idle so you can learn the syntax of Python programming language. You can write well continue, if, div, or anything else. Then in the rest of our course, I'll use PyCharm so you can use an advanced environment for developing with Python code. Why I use Python idle? In the first section, first it is easy to use, then to learn the syntax of Python programming language, and it is fast. In the next video, we will talk about interpreter versus compiler in details. Hope you like this video and see you next one. Welcome. In this video, I'll talk about interpreter versus compiler in details. What is an interpreter or a compiler? Let's introduce to something. The high-level programming languages needs to be executed on the PC because the computer understands only 1 and 0. We need to transform the high-level code to low-level code so that computer can understand it. Like we want to convert our Python code or Java code or C# code to 0, 1 so that our PC can understand this code. There are two ways to transform this code, using interpreter or using compiler. Let's talk about interpreter in details. This interpreter will transform the code from the first to the last word by word. Remember, word by word. If interpreter finds one error, it will stop working, raising this error. If there is only one error, the interpreter will raise this error. If there is many errors, the interpreter will raise only the first error. he gets it. Okay. Like Python programming language, we will write our code in Python idle. If the interpreter get one error, the interpreter will raise this error. Let's see this photo. This is our source code here. The interpreter will transform this source code to 01 so that the computer or PC can understand it. Let's explain something about interpreter. If there is our lines of code, okay, and there is an error here, and error here in our code, and error here, the interpreter will move from here. He will transform this line, then will move here, and he will transform this line. He will find this error. The interpreter will raise this error, but those lines here will not be transformed until this error has been fixed. Okay, unless compiler. Let's talk about compiler. The compiler will transform the whole code, not word by word like interpreter. It will transform the whole code. If the compiler found an error, it will continue, and when it finishes, it will raise all the errors. The compiler raises all errors, not only one error. Let's explain this. If this is the lines of our code here, okay, and we have error here, error here, error here. The compiler will transform this whole code and will raise 3 errors. This, not only one error. Okay, like C# programming language. This source code here, the compiler will take this source code and convert it to object code, and this object code will be executed and will be, this is our output. Okay. In the next video, we will start talking about Python basics and details, variables, operators, and so on. Hope you like this video. Welcome. In this video, we will move to a new part of our course. We will start talking about Python basics and details. In this video, I'll talk about variables in Python. Let's start. What is a variable? A variable is a name that refers to a value. Variable equal to variable name plus variable value. You can declare any value you want, like, let's get a pen from here. We can say x equal to 5. This is our variable name, x. This is our variable name, and this 5 is our variable value. Okay. There is a condition to declare our name. This name here have a conditions to be declared. Like what? Let's see these conditions. First, this name can contain both letters and numbers. We can say x equal to 5 and x2 equal to 3. But remember, you cannot begin with numbers. You cannot say 2x equal to 2 because this is error. This variable name have to be start with letters, not numbers. You can use underscore here, x underscore y equal to 20, like this. You can use uppercase letters, x equal to 1 and x equal to 5. Remember that Python is a case sensitive language. This x variable and this x variable, these two variables are not the same. This is a variable and this is another variable. You cannot use any reserved words of the language. Like what? There is 23 word you cannot use in your declaration of variable name. Like what? Like false, none, true, and class break, assert, as, continue, def, del, elf, else, except, finally, for, import, if, global, from, N is lambda, non-local, raise, pass, or not, return, try, while, with, yield. We will use most of this orders through our course. Okay. If you want to assign a value to our variable, you can say x equal to 5 and s equal to welcome, anything you want. If there is a multi assignment, you can type x colon y equal to 5 colon 3. This 5 will move to x and this 3 will move to y. Okay, and here a equal b equal c equal to 1. Variable types, there is int, string, float, bool, list, tuple, dictionary, and so on. This int for integer letters like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. String, anything between single quote or double quote is called a string. Okay. Float, it is like float numbers. Bool, it is only true or false. List, it is a list of values here like this. Dictionary, it is a list of values which there is a list of values. Tuple, it's also a list of values. Okay, we will talk in details about strings, list, dictionary, tuple in the rest of our course, and the methods which we can apply to this strings, list, dictionary, tuple to do some operations on our types here. Okay. Type method. What if you want to know the type of this variable? There is a type method. This method is built in our Python shell. You can use this method to know the type of your variable. Let's open our Python shell here. Now, if I type x equal to 5, then I set print type of x. To print the type of x, we can see here class this variable from class int. So this variable is integer. We can see c equal to Mahmoud Ahmad, my name. If I said type of c, we will see here class str, this is a string, and so on. In this example, we can see this x equal to 5 and s equal to welcome. I said here type of x semicolon, this semicolon which enable you to write another code here in the same line. This will enable you to write two lines of code on only one line. And this is type of s. This will print class n. This is an integer, and will type class str. This is a string. Okay, remember that. We can use semicolon to end the line. If I type x equal to 4 and semicolon this y equal to 3, x will get 4 and y will get 3. Okay. In the next video, we'll start talking about operators in details. Hope you like this video and see you next one.